Man stage for Mega Man 2.
I'm trying to think of my favorite classic Mega Man stage.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it because I'm really not sure.
I really also like a lot of them from 6. It's very generic, but for some reason, there's one of them. For some reason, Centaur Man from 6 will always be like a favorite. Again, it's kind of generic, but it's kind of a mixture of water and not
Yeah,
water.
Centaur Man is really weird because it feels like his the boss doesn't fit the stage because it's like this Atlantica type of like water like futuristic civilization thing.
Yeah.
And then it's Centaur Man.
This part's pretty tough. You gotta, essentially, if you don't knock these rocks out of the air, they're gonna keep coming way too fast for you to pass. But the second you knock one of them out of the air, it's okay.
The thing about Centaur Man is, like, Atlantis is a civilization that I believe is based in like Greek mythology. So, which is where the Centaur.
This is
comes
when
from
Ben
as well.
schools me.
So I believe that's the thinking. Although I'm not exactly sure where Atlantis. It might be Mycenae.
Then actually, Rossman. Sorry, got a nose itch. I'm off world record pace at this point. Didn't feel too comfortable with that.
This sucks.
Or maybe
this is gonna be...
no and as well. I'm having a hard time remembering.
Woo!
Jackpot!
Oh.
I think that's it, yeah. You know, that level's not even long, but that one screen's pretty rough. So what do we get last? We got Dive. I actually really hate Dive, and I really hate this boss. It's not necessarily hard, but Dive kind of like homes in a weird way. And also, he dives into the ground like a punk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh!
For a long time, everyone said Mega Man 2 was the single best classic Mega Man game. I don't
Like, do you see that? For what reason would have it had to do that? So in general, when we're talking about the damage done to you on bosses, the big key is if you're only hit by the things that they send your way, like the range attacks, you like won't die. But you saw when I got hit by Skullman one time when he walked into me, it took like a third of my life. All right, so we're gonna go to the easiest boss in the game.
Toadman.
Toadman for people who are like super into Mega Man, the old school Mega Mans is like the big joke of a boss because like it's just, I mean,
it is ridiculous.
He should be the first one you do in your average casual play. Like if you're like, I'm not very good, do Toadman first. Because then Toadman's ability against Brightman is like very strong and you can just kind of go from there.
The problem is actually getting through Toadman stage because I really don't.
It's pretty tough. Not only do you have a lot of these flying enemies,
annoying.
but as you can tell, I'm slowed by the.
Yeah, whenever you jump.
When you're on the ground, you're not slowed, but when you jump in this rain, you are.
And rain.
Yeah.
So obviously they'll do some jumping antics, and you just want this game to go away.
That's some nice background.
What the?
Yeah, see that.
Dude, I was right next to it. All right.
So Toadman is a bad stage.
There's just something about doing this like live and in person. Like I've probably again played this game 5 or 6 times.
It is literally because of the input lag.
I literally have not.
Dog.
I literally have not died on this level anytime I did it. I'm not saying I had great runs every time, but I did not die on this level, or at least on this screen. Yeah. What the hell?
Following me forever.
Man, I'm still trying to think of that. You know what? I really like what's his name? Snake Man. Snake Man, I think, has a pretty decent level.
You know what? Hey.
Trevor, did you? Are you still thinking of your favorite level?
Snake Man's is really cool. Airman's is also really cool.
See, I was going to go into like how everybody likes Mega Man 2, but like the thing is, like every time I try to play Mega Man 2, I remember Airman is the level you typically start with, and I hate it. I hate Airman's level.
It's tough. Those floating heads, and as you can tell here, the
Like that's
the water's affecting me on
Yeah.
both sides. So whatever way it's going, it's actually pretty cool game design.
Yeah, like the way that they programmed it is cool, but it's still like really frustrating to play.
There's a couple. This is a long level too. There's a couple mini bosses. Here's the first one. You fight the same one twice.
But as for Airman's level is so like they put the worst part of the level like right up front, and it's the first level you're supposed to do in like preferred boss order, I guess. And like it just turns me off to playing like completely.
So the second time you fight the boss, which I think is only in a couple screens, is much harder. In fact, it's right here.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh,
it's got
nice.
this stuff.
The thing about me thinking about my favorite Mega Man stage is that I usually enjoy the Wily stages in classic Mega Man way better than the regular stages. So it's hard for me to pinpoint a stage that I really like that are just the normal Robot Masters.
These are pretty tough. You just want to watch your timing.
That's mean.
Yep. I guess you could just use.
I guess everything about Mega Man pretty much. Well,
All right, so we are going to, guys. What should I use? Just use the Mega Buster.
yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh no, this looks pretty difficult.
You're gonna die. Oh, no. There you go. You got. Oh.
Oh, I'm actually dumb. I'm going to just use this and get it out of the way. Oh my god!
Wait, let me do
my
this.
God.
Let me do this. I can take it.
Nah, get out of here.
Alright.
I can't believe I died on that. Alright, well, whatever.
Everybody
We'll just
laugh
use
at
draw.
Spencer.
I'm the worst human!
Oh.
Alright, I change it.
No, he really is the easiest. That was stupid of me. All you have to do is just...
And we're back.
If you get right next to him and you if you slide under him when he jumps up, no, and he just does that.
Yeah, that... See, the thing is, you can even with the Mega Buster, when he starts to do that dance to do his rain dance, as long as you hit him, you have a second to do it. As long as you hit him, he'll never attack you because he has no other long range. But
Yeah.
whatever. I think I still have 3 lives left. So,
Yeah. When he
and I think Bright's the last one.
Yeah. When he gets hit, he jumps up, you slide under him, hit him, he jumps up over you, you slide under and repeat. And that's how I learned to beat him consistently.
I've used Rush Marine one time, and that was in one of the Dr. Cossack stages, where I was like, I really don't want to hit this spike, and I used it for 1 second, and that's all I used at this entire game. I used Jet and Coil quite a bit in the Cossack stages because, pretty tough. This music, by the way. So here's the big meme on this stage. When you hit those, it does that. So you don't want to hit those. You don't want to hit the ones I missed.
That one.
Oh my god,
That's a
this jump
jump.
is so bad.
And the way that we're playing it on widescreen because we can't find the remote. So the original format looks alright, but some of these jump systems are making look really long.
Yeah, they really do. And I feel I'm on the last pixel, but I clearly am not on some of these.
Yeah.
Here's an Eddie. No, I'm just the worst.
I'm changing my vote for favorite Mega Man stage to Iceman.
That's a classic. Clearly that is not the correct answer because of the disappearing blocks.
Yeah, Iceman without wire is the literal worst.
I say that because I do actually hate it. It is probably my least favorite stage of all time.
I mean, it's truly, it's if you were let's play Mega Man 1 for fun, it would be the one thing to stop me, because I'd be hold on, I gotta look up where wire is, because it's just so dumb.
Magnet Beam is Electman. Did I say Magnet Beam?
Oh, is it Magnet? Or no,
Yeah.
it's that beam one. Oh, that's
No,
right.
I'm pretty sure it's called wire.
It is not.
Huh!
It's
That was
Magnet Beam.
pretty close.
Pretty.
And then here it's called Wire.
Yeah, here it's called Wire, so it's clearly called something, like, probably, right? So this is a really tough, that's gonna follow me the whole freaking way.
But it's gonna give...
It's gonna get slowly closer.
Oh my god. Yes, Queen! Slay!
Mega
I
Man's
hate
gonna
that meme.
slay. Yes! Yes! First try, baby! And I think that's the level. Because I like how at least the developers, like, were like, alright, bud. Like, this level wasn't very long, but they have, like, a super hard screen. So they're like, here you go, bud. Here's the boss.
That's actually...
So there's also in almost every Mega Man game an auto hitter. And by that I mean, like... So here's something actually kind of interesting. They explained this on the GDQ. Brightman can stop you on certain periods, and you like hit him in certain ways to make him stop you from doing that. And clearly I'm dumb and did not do that correctly. Like, I think when you start off, you hit him with the P-Buster like twice, and then that guarantees that like he's not going to use that stop attack because they only use it when he has like 19 and 5 left or something like that. So clearly they have it set up in mind that it's like, okay, if you use the Toad thing, he's gonna stop you twice. But I didn't bother learning it. So now we got the Dr. Cossack stages. We're done with the 8 Robot Masters. Besides the first 2 levels where I struggled, I feel like I did pretty good there. So Dr. Cossack is he's the son of a gun, and he's Russian, I guess, because that's like, it looks like Tetris.
That's the,
It looks like Tetris.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it's not like, this is kind of reminiscent of St. Basil's Cathedral. No, it looks like Tetris.
It looks like Tetris. But also, when you meet Dr. Cossack's daughter, she has that, what's that big hat
I love
that
this Slinky
Russians wear?
enemies.
No joke, these Slinky enemies are the strongest enemy in the game. They take like
With good
7
reason.
they take like 7 bars of health if you hit them. Like, it's absurd. It's crazy. And in fact, they even mentioned that during the GDQ run. They were like, these are the hardest enemies in the game, technically. And it's like, cool. And I don't think you see him again. I think that's all you see him. Okay, cool.
I'm glad that the programmer that made those enemies, like the people that were like placing enemies, they're just like, let's not use this piece of garbage.
Oh yeah, this is the only screen in the game that has freaking ice physics, and that's cool.
Yay, ice physics. Everybody's favorite.
It's my favorite meme.
I like how they probably just programmed it
So I just use jumping to get around.
in like a previous Mega Man, and then just decided to plug it on in here.
Just gotta do the double.
I kind of forgot the spot I was at. That's fine. I totally forgot about that one there. Alright, so here's the part that's really cool if you know how to use balloons super well, and I don't, so we're just gonna use it pretty poorly. I'm literally just gonna use Rush Coil. We're gonna take slow strats here. This is the one where they're like, because the thing about the Mega Man games, the way they're set up is like, you can't program a situation where you have to use Rush Jet into any of the normal levels. So when you get to the, Dr. Wily levels, quote unquote, then they're like automatically going to put something in like, hey, you definitely have to have the Rush Jet and Coil, right? So they like program that in. The first boss here is pretty okay. He takes a lot of damage if you get near him, but luckily he doesn't have too many faraway attacks. He is a beautiful moth. He's gonna be
It's like a moth with...
Oh, this one has... So this boss has, like, a super crazy small, hitbox, as you just saw there, for that, like, for the ring. Like, if you're not dead right on, dead
Ow.
on, yeah. If
My
you're
eyes.
not dead on, it is ridiculously hard to, hit it. So we got 3 more Cossack stages. Russia! He said, in Soviet Russia, Mega Man's you. Wait, no. Alright, so, this is another one of those levels, again, where, like, they force you absolutely to use... They want you to use Rush Jet. If you're really good, you can use, Balloon, but I don't feel like being that good. Also, at this point, you don't get, your, sub-weapons back automatically, unlike how you do it at the end of every single Robot Master stage. But again, you couldn't program this into one of the 8 Robot Master ones because you would just start it up and you wouldn't have Rush Jet, and you'd be like, okay. This has the Rush Jet has a weird ability, or kind of like negative part, where if you hit the sides of anything, as you saw, Rush kind of like disappeared really, really quickly.
Oh, I thought those were instant deaths, which...
No.
I
Yeah,
guess
anything that looks like
would've been-
spikes usually is like, don't touch that.
Yay. But yeah, here's another situation where they're like, you gotta have coil. Hey, bud. Thanks. I'm gonna use the pea shooter. There we go. Yep, that's what I meant. Rush coil only. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Hey, bud.
There you are.
Why do I feel like that? I was like right on the edge. So coming up at the next screen, we get another E-Tank, which I think will put us to 3. And that's cool. I'm just gonna lure this thing up here, even if I don't even know if you actually technically lure them or not. But we're gonna do it. And the only way to get these, and again, they can't really program it into like the normal like game. You don't see that at any point until the, you know, Cossack stages. That's the only shame in doing a game like Mega Man where you like can't, it's like you can choose your path, is like they really have to make the other stages more vanilla. We're going to
I'll take that.
get that. Yep. So here's what we're gonna do. I've actually never bothered to... Oh. Well, this is pretty pathetic. There we go. We're gonna take this the silly McGilly way. Ah.
Oh,
See, do you see, like, when his nose touches the
Just like,
side,
meow.
like, all that happens is it touches the side. So this is... Every Mega Man game has a really, really unique boss, and this is the really unique boss in this one. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to use an E-Tank, because I also find it to be one of the more difficult bosses.
Yeah, this boss is,
It's also RNG nightmare for, like, a runner, because I sometimes it starts up after 2. Oh my god, I'm not gonna use it. Okay, good. 2 times. Okay, good. That's fine. And I'm probably gonna use an E-Tank, but that's fine. I have a really difficult time with the timing of this boss. Yeah, sometimes it's 2. Like, this time it's 2, but sometimes it's 3. Damn it. Okay.
yeah,
That's
son.
That's fine. But like the thing is, if you don't if you don't slide under that, you don't get hurt. Like it doesn't like push you to the side and you die. So there's like, I don't know. It's just one of those weird bosses that you're like, okay.
Oh!
All right, no, great.
Very good.
And my eyes!
I want to go
Again.
ahead and say that the worst boss in the game is actually in what people consider to be the best Mega Man, which is 2. And that's the one where you enter into the room and there are those, like, things that you can only kill with the Crash, like Crash Man's weapon, and they shoot at you automatically. And it's kind of like more of like just like a jumping around thing than it is,
Yeah, and the weird thing about that
more
is
like a
that
puzzle thing.
I feel as if, like, the speedrunners can do it on one try, but, like, on everyone's normal playthrough, like, you can't beat it with enough energy. It's the
Yeah,
most-
you have to, like, because it'll give you, essentially, say you have to use 10 of Crash Man's thing, right? it'll give you 12 opportunities to use it. That's not the exact number, but...
Good old auto-scroll.
Yep, and this is the first example of an auto-scroller in a Mega Man game I can think of. Auto-scrollers where there's inadvertent lag is cool.
Auto-scrollers in general are, like, really weird. Like, like, what's happening in the game world for it to auto-scroll?
If you think about it, like, Trev's right, like he said, auto-scrollers are weird. And even games where people would consider them the best games of all time, like Mario 3 has auto-scrollers. I don't really think about it until, like
literally,
somebody specifically
literally
mentions
all
it.
the air fortresses, and then there's a bunch of regular levels. They're auto-scrollers, and they're like, this is not fun. All
Why?
auto-scrollers are
So
not
this
fun.
one you would get to the point. No, I meant to use this. You would get to the point and be like, well, I guess I gotta try every single thing until I break these, and that's what you would do.
I guess the other one you use also worked.
Yeah, I guess you're right. The drill must have worked because it killed it in one dive bomb. And we got another one coming up. Another auto-scroller. I heard you like auto-scrollers, as they would say at GDQ. This part's... I actually kind of like these things.
Like, there are games that are good that are auto-scrolling. Like, all
See when you
shoot-'em-up
jump off
games
the door.
are good.
But it's an odd thing, because shoot-em-ups are always auto-scrolling,
Yeah.
or at least almost all the time. Let's just ride that down. I like the minor speed strat coming up, I think, in the next set of these. It's so minor, but I kind of like it. You make it disappear. I have never figured out how to get this, by the way. I have no idea. I have tried every weapon. I thought, oh, it must be ring. I have no idea. I have no idea how to get it. I thought maybe it's rush jet. You can't really do it, so... Maybe? No, I have no idea. No idea. Alright, so this one is... I think you use... Yeah, Toad. The only thing that stinks about having, like... Oh, this one I'm actually going to use Pharaoh Shot. It's actually a pretty difficult one. The thing about Pharaoh Shot is it technically works on every boss because you have that. Also, you get, out of your one hit, you get 2 hits technically. Because you get this, and then you get the shot.
Based.
So. Oh, crap! Damn it.
If you did balloon, you might have survived.
Yeah, I might have. That was completely my fault. I fell off the side. What do I have, like... Oh, man, that's right! Damn it!
Oh, that sucks.
This is the one level where it doesn't start you right at the boss.
Oh. Well.
My feng shui's thrown off. And of course, it's an auto-scroller where it does that. Ah, it's fun. This is one of those bosses where there's, like, technically 3 weaknesses, but the Pharaoh Shot's by far the easiest to just hit it with. Because, again, because Pharaoh Shot you can, charge, technically everything's weak against it because you can charge it.
Oh yeah, minor speech.
Oh, baby. I really wish I could figure out what that is, or how to get that, but maybe they just put it there to mess with you. We got plenty of Pharaoh left to do this boss, so let's a go.
Can you grab it with wire?
It's actually not a bad idea. If that does happen to me again, I'm gonna use
What
balloon
if
now.
you use jet to kind of get? I don't think it'll work. Never mind. Also, good luck on the boss.
Move to the middle. That's fine. That's fine. Boom. All right.
That's how we do
So
it, baby.
that's I would say probably the hardest boss. in the game just because of how fast it moves around. Even though it doesn't shoot that much at you, it's just kind of difficult. So we're at the last stage of the game, folks. We're going to the big star in the basement because we went the whole way to the top, but then we had to go straight down to the. We couldn't.
Details.
I actually kind of forget what this level's like. Actually, I don't think this. Sometimes the levels blend in so much when you just do so many. Yes, we are gonna get that. I don't know why I never get the timing on those right. This is great, because then we're gonna have 4 going into the final boss. And if that's just not perfect, I don't know what is. So, let's get moseying. As Cloud would say, let's mosey.
Let's mosey.
Yep. Oh, you know what? I've actually never done this one before, but let's skip a bit of the level. Cool.
I love when Rush Coil acts that way.
There we go. So yeah, like I said, let's skip a little bit of the level. Oh, neat. I think there's spike. No, they're not. Good. Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
Well, we're doing pretty well at this point, boys. And we have the
Yeah,
worst.
you found those guys again.
Yeah, actually, I've never gone this way, so I didn't even realize they were here. I gotta think that that's some sort of a triumph in terms of, like, in all seriousness, and that up is where you would be normally. In all seriousness, I feel like the way that they move is actually a triumph for programming, like their programming skills, because it just seems like not a Nintendo thing to do, because they have lots of moving parts at the same time. I don't know why I feel that way. Alright, so the final boss is weak to dust. So let's do it. I will use an E-Tank if I have to, since I have so many.
Yeah, nice
It's Cossack, bro.
Dude, that's literally Brandon with glasses.
dude. He's bald.
No, he's
Glasses.
not.
I was saying the beard.
He has a beard? Oh yeah, I guess he does, sort of.
Yeah, he does. He totally does. Look at it.
Yeah.
It's like the same color as yours.
Yeah.
Ah, crap.
Instant death.
Could you imagine? I was gonna say that boss was going swimmingly. And we did it, boys! Time.
Wow.
Oh,
You see, that's Cossack's daughter. She's wearing that. Please, Mega Man, don't. My father is not really evil. Dr. Wily took me hostage and forced my father to fight you. Don't hurt my father anymore. Oh, Kalinka. Father. What's that hat called? Wait. Seriously?
You literally got the Dr.
What?
I got the Dr. Wily RNG. Oh my.
Oh no.
Brandon believed it, Trevor.
Oh no.
That's Brandon. To the eyebrows.